Okay, so I want to show you part of the reason why I think it's going slow is I forgot that I wanted to, I don't want to do the proxy render size as the scene render size. I want to come over here where the view tab is and do scene render 25%. So that will automatically make this 25%. You can see that's all blurry. If I do scene render size, then it's going to be trying to scrub through that at 100% there. Do 25% hopefully, and then Control R, or I can go up here to View, and you can have a whole bunch of different options here at View. I like this too. You have your sequence render image and animation, and we can actually look at some of those things too. We have some cache, show cache, final images, raw images, composite images. So I'll have to explore that eventually. Waveform displaying, so use the strip options, or if I just have default, I can have all waveforms on or all waveforms off. That's pretty cool. Um, so let's see, what else do we got? So we have frame selected, numpad. Oh yeah. So if you select a strip and you hit the period on the numpad, then it will go to the the frame that you have selected. Well, the frame. Oh, no, sorry. It frames. It's a little misleading. It frames the selected. So we'll zoom in onto whichever strip you selected. I think if you hit 0, so home frames all of it. So basically, we know that. But if you hit 0 on here, let's just try it, 0. On the numpad, it'll center the cursor wherever the cursor is. So let's say I'm editing over here and I thought I'd check something out over here, but now I don't know where my cursor is. Just hit 0, boom, right back to where I was. So I like that. Same thing here. So this is what the numpad uh, period will do. Hit that, boom, it will frame whichever, or zoom into is a better way to say it, whichever one I selected. So that's cool. Fit preview in window, that's home. Okay, so yeah, so if I hover over here and hit home, it'll put everything, fit everything in view. Same thing here. If I'm zoomed out, home, it'll zoom it right in, or same thing if I'm zoomed in, home. Okay, and then we can zoom into however what we want here. I just use, let's see, 1.8. Oh, okay, that's for that. Okay, 8.1. Yeah, no. Um, I just use Control and then, or actually just here you can just use scroll bar or the scroll wheel. Okay, home. Okay, whatever. Do zoom show seconds. That's Control T. So we did that a little bit before too. So Control T will toggle back and forth between those. And of course, with our strip, we can actually see our frame and duration, which is really nice. So if I select this, um, I can see which frame I'm on and the duration I'm at, uh, which is super cool. There, and then what's the source? Oh, that's just the source of my video. Okay, cool. Okay, so what else do we have here? Oh, show offsets. So show frame number indicator. Okay, that's this here. So if I turn that off, um, nope, I don't know. I thought that was that. Oh well. Let's keep that on. Okay, and if I go to show offsets, then you can see if I drag these in or out, you can see, well, oh, there it is. So here you can see the offset, which means this is the video. I'm not actually resizing the video at all, the video itself. It's like a soft cut. So if I drag this in, you can see this blue is still where that video is. So the video itself hasn't moved time at all. It hasn't moved any frames. I'm just trimming the strip here. If I do a hard cut, I think So let's come over here and just do I think Shift K is hard cut. Then it will get rid of that. So grab that up. Let's see, grab that and move. Yeah. So you can see there's no blue line over here. And that's because we did a hard cut here, meaning there's actually no video. And if I do try to move it, you can see this blue line, or this line where the blue ends, because that is where the video ends. And basically it will hang on that frame until that blue starts there. And then it will start playing. So let's just come over here a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's going so slow. Yeah, I mean this is more. Okay, I'll hide that for now. So here until it gets to there, and then it will start going. So that's kind of how you can do freeze frames and stuff. Is just by doing hard cuts. But if I do Alt O, it's gonna get rid of that offset in both directions, so it'll go there. But I'm actually gonna just undo all of this because I don't want to do a hard cut here. So if I just do a regular cut, so just K, and I grab and move this up, you can see that that extends out this way. So that means that there is actually more video this way. And if I extend this out, you can see it's blue all the way. So that's what that show offsets is. So I'm just gonna not show it. It's still there, but they get in the way, I think. But see, since I did a soft cut, I can just erase that and then select this and then Alt O to remove the offsets there. I'm gonna have to move this back over here and then move that down. Let's do, okay, show marker lines. So marker, basically, if I hit M, it'll put marker, and then you can see those. Let's see what show marker lines does. So don't show marker lines. Oh, okay, that's cool. I like that, because then here you kind of know you have a marker down below, but it's not interfering with your scene. I really like that, because if you have a whole bunch of markers and you have all these marker lines going up, it clutters it up. I'm gonna actually leave it on because I don't use a lot of markers, and then I'm just gonna delete that marker. In order to delete a marker, if I make a marker here, make sure you're hovering over this gray area or this darker area, and where it says delete markers, because if I'm up here and I hit X, it says erase strips, and it's gonna erase the one that it's selected, or the active one. So here, delete markers. Okay. Cache and waveform, I think that's going to be for another time. Safe areas, this is for like television and stuff, or different screens, if you want to make sure you're within the bounds of what people might see on different screens. There's your safe areas, and then show metadata. This could be useful too. This is where is it showing that at though? So usually like showing metadata is like this. Oh, of course I might have to select it. Okay, so metadata. Okay, let's come out here. Metadata. Okay, so it should show like all this stuff here: the date, the frame, the time, the render time, uh, file name, and maybe that's just for rendering, but I could have sworn that that was also like here. How is it? No, I don't know. Oh, anyway, I'll have to play around with that later. So I don't need to have that checked, and then yeah. So that is pretty much it. Area. Oh, here we go. No, Control spacebar, Control Alt spacebar. Oh, full screen area. That's what I was looking for that earlier. Control Alt spacebar. Okay. That's for your entire Blender, which is what I have it set up as now. Okay. Now, the last thing, this is the one I wanted in the first place. So we've got fit preview in, no, sorry, the refresh all, Control R. So refresh all is there, but I'm glad we went through that because I wanted to kind of see all of these things. Here, if you wanted to do select, this is kind of cool too. Shift G. I don't know. I'll have to play around with that. But you can, I guess, select linked. Control L. Let's try that. Control, where we're at? Select all linked. I don't know if there's anything that's linked. Of course, I don't know how to link something. Linked. Control L. Oh, well, see, it's not what I selected, but that's what I thought linked was. Is like right next to each other. Maybe I didn't have it selected properly last time. So if I select this one and I select linked, Control L, yeah, it'll select all the ones that's linked or touching. I believe that's how that works. Okay, well, that's a roundabout way of how to do that. Channel, left or right? Channel left, channel right. No idea what I just did. Playhead, left or right? Handle. Select gizmo handles on the sides of the selected strip. Oh, okay, yeah, so both, yeah, so then it will select these two handles. If I do left, it's just going to select the left handle of that one. Let's just select this one. So select left, it'll select that handle, and then I can move by hitting G and do, and the same thing for the right, I'm assuming. So, right, select playhead. Oh, select all. Okay, this is kind of like select all to the right or all to the left. So playhead to right. Yes. Okay. So the reason it didn't select it over here because nothing was fully to the right of the playhead. So if I deselect everything and do select to the right, nothing's on the right fully. It has to be fully on the right. But these are fully on the left. So if I do select playhead left, then these are the ones that are going to be selected. I really like that. And what I had before, I use that a lot actually. As a hotkey, I had shift left and right brackets. And so I'll probably change that eventually as well. So, okay, so box select, we've got that. Okay, select none, Alt A, which is also double A. Invert, select invert is Control I. So I have this one selected and I want to select everything else. Control I will select everything else. Which is nice. And I apologize for the bouncing around ADD. This is just how my mind works. I could just go down, the list, but that would be too easy. So we did the channel. Again, has to do with selecting, and so does the group. I'm not going to mess around with the group just yet. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's see if we can limit the ADD here. So let's go one by one. Add marker, which we've done, which is M, and I like this because it shows all of the shortcut keys as well. So add marker, duplicate marker. You can kind of do all of that. Duplicate marker to scene. That's pretty cool. Like if you have multiple scenes, it looks like you can just duplicate a marker to another scene, which is nice. Rename marker, move marker, bind camera to markers. Okay, that's cool. I think that's probably more for 3D stuff, though. Okay, so jump to next marker, jump to previous marker. there's no shortcuts. I'll probably add some shortcuts on there later. Lock markers so they aren't moved, and sync markers. Transform markers as well as strips. This one, I think it's um, as you're moving. Well, let's just try. I think it's as you're moving the strips, it will also move the marker. That's not the case with that one. It could be the case where if I hit the backspace key, um, so like for example, let's just bring these up here, and then if I come over here and hit the, oh, I don't know if that's gonna work either. Shoot, no, it's not. So let's just bring this to the beginning, and we'll move these here. So we have a gap. Oh, did that move? Oh, see, look, that moved that. Well, that's interesting. So I can move this. Oh, and it is moving that. Well, why wasn't it doing it earlier? Maybe I'm just not patient enough, or maybe I'm just not observant enough. Okay, so obviously this marker is moving with our strips. I'm not sure how useful that is, because if it's moving with this strip and, well, it's not moving with that. It's moving with the handles. Yeah, that's going to be really confusing. Um, so I'm not entirely sure how I would use that, but anyway, there you have it. I'm going to deselect that, and we're going to get rid of this marker. Add. Okay. Same thing here, except for, usually we can just do it here, or I don't want to cover it up this time. So yeah, right here, just Shift A is nice, and that's what I'll probably always use. And then strip, this is kind of like your context menu thing as well. Transform strips and snap them, swap them, cut them, hold cut. Oh, Shift K. It's called a hold cut now instead of a hard cut. I don't know why. Maybe because it's not technically a hard cut, because there is a way that you can still manipulate that and extend it out. So hold may be better terminology. So a hold cut. Interesting. All right, let's see. Da, 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 da. So we have all the usual copy, paste, duplicate, delete, meta strip, make a meta strip, Control G, which we've done. Toggle meta. Okay, that's tab if you go into a meta strip. So if I select these two, Control G for a meta strip, and I tab into it. I think you can also nest them. So if I make this Control meta strip, then I select that and go in. Just remember that if you want to go out and you tab and then tab again, it's just going to toggle back and forth. So I'm just going back and forth in and out of this meta strip. In order to go back out of the meta strip you're kind of currently in, is you have to click and make sure that nothing is selected, and then you can tab back out. And then if I click again and I tab, nothing will happen. So whatever meta strip I have selected, it's going to tab into that one. So anyway, I don't want these to be meta strips anymore. I want these to be Alt G. Is it Alt G? How do I unmeta? Forgot. Unmeta. Control Alt G. Control Alt G. I don't like that. Same thing. Control Alt G. I'll probably change that later. Backspace. Okay. All right, so that is all the settings up here, and I'll probably stop the video here for time, and then we'll pick it up in the next one as we go along.